Just before we begin, I'd like to invite you to the League 1 and 2 Discord server where you can join a growing League 1 and 2 Discord community. And if you'd like to see something else that I do, I run a podcast called Gaps in Knowledge. It's an educational history and geography one, so if that interests you, you can go and look at that. And if you would like to support the channel, you can do so through Buy Me a Coffee. And the link to all of these is in the description. If you do donate, which would be much appreciated, you can leave a message. And for example, I'd like to thank someone, an anonymous donation, who's a Gills fan, and he says, thank you for what you do, lads. A shout out to the growing number of Gills fans who follow Newell's Old Boys and vice versa because of Newell's Old Boys' historical links to the Medway towns. That is true, by the way, and if you keep a look at what Adam Wesgate is up to, he'll be making a couple of videos to make that link really clear in a documentary between the Medway towns and Newell's Old Boys. Welcome to German Gills. Gills play their second home game in a row against Walsall this afternoon. Your German Gills show will bring you a live match reaction today from your host, Reese. Gills suffered heavy defeat the last time we played the Saddlers, which we cannot afford to happen again today. Adam Westgate will be our reporter today to see if the Gills can score some goals at Priestfield Stadium. Schön, dass du da bist und los geht's, Gills.
Los geht's, Gills.
Welcome to the German Gills show as Gillingham play Walsall at Priestfield Stadium today. Gills are off the back of a 2-0 defeat against Harrogate Town, so they need to put in a better performance today at least against what will be, I think, a stronger Walsall. Kick-off in the UK is at 3 o'clock, but over here in Germany, it's 4 o'clock, and it's really great to have you here on this German Gills show. I'm going to be your host, Reese, to take you through every step of the way of today's game. Any Walsall fans here as well, thank you for watching. And if you would like to follow our socials, we have a Twitter, which is Deutsche Gills, and if you would like to follow our Instagram, that's German Gills. If you would like to go straight to the live match reaction, look at the chapters at the bottom of the video to navigate around. So let's have a look at what happened the last time we played Walsall. Gills ended up losing that game 3-0, and the Walsall just came to Priestfield and pulled us apart in that fixture. And I think that was the season that Walsall were relegated as well into League 2. But now we meet in League 2 ourselves. It's going to be a tough game, and it always is against a team like Walsall. We actually haven't got a great track record against Walsall, so I'm a little bit nervous about today. And for me, I feel like we just need a really solid performance that can really show the crowd that we have a team in the workings. It's a patient game. It's a long game at the moment. People want overnight success, and we need to be able to be a bit patient with this team, and in essence we just need to make sure we don't get relegated this season. So hopefully we can get a stronger performance today to put a few things right from the last two games that we've played. So we're going to head over now to Adam Westgate, who is our reporter today. So Adam, do you think today a result or just a good performance? What out of those two, what would you say is most important?
Well, thanks for having me back on, Reese. And it's a bit of a strange one after Tuesday, isn't it? Because I think Harrogate was a bit of a low. It's only 4 games in, so we can't go too far ahead of ourselves, but it was one of the worst halves of football I've seen in a long time, and I've been coming since 2001. So the performance is important, but at the same time, I think we need at least a point for people to feel satisfied, even with a good performance, because the quality will come into question if we lose today.
And also, so how do you think the game will go today, and what are your score predictions?
Well, as for the result, I'm going to go with 2-1 Gillingham, and the reason for that, I'm going to say, is we've gone 5 at the back today, and I'm so glad we've reverted back, especially as Wright, for example, when he was playing attacking him at Redbridge. He's back in his familiar position on the right of a back 3, but it's what we did well last year, and if we're not going to defend well, as we've really not been doing, then we need to at least keep some goals out. But I think with the attackers, we can do better, so I'm going to go for a 2-1 and be positive.
Let's head over to Priestfield Stadium for today's live match reaction. Los geht's, Gills! So we're about to get underway at Priestfield Stadium. It's looking a little bit empty than normal, but what can you expect when we haven't been playing very well lately? But I just want a good performance. That's all I'm asking for today, is a solid performance from the team, and to see how it goes.
With Clark and with
So long ball forward by Walsall to put a little pressure on the Gills defence, headed away by Baggott. Elkan's got the ball though, he's done excellently to keep it in play, and now he's running down this left-hand side. He needs to get the ball to someone, or he's going to go himself. He's going to keep going. It's gone to Green instead. It's gone back to Elkan. There needs to be a shot somewhere, and it's great movement by the Gills actually. Really nice movement. A good flurry forward by Elkan, and I have to say, I'm going to put in the highlight reel. He looks like he could be dangerous. Hopefully he gets a couple of goals for us. Also got the ball in danger positions. They're coming down to shoot from distance, and they do shoot from distance, and I think I'm going to put it in the highlight reel because for the last half an hour, really, this game, there hasn't been much happening. Gills have had really kind of good passing play and have been a bit more in possession. But again, just not creating anything. Walsall have actually had more attempts at goal, and they've, I think, probably had about 40 to 35% possession than Gillingham. Gillingham in good positions, but not really creating anything. Still 0-0. So again, a long throw from Walsall on this left-hand side, straight into the box. It's been headed away by Baggott. Gills to clear their lines because Walsall have a good period of play at the moment, trying to get this in the box and get ahead on it. It's a good block by Elkan. Not good defending. It's been bouncing around. Walsall again regained possession. It's a shot that just goes over the bar. I mean, Walsall had a really good passage of play there and a lot of passing, a lot of recycled ball back into the box. And because they've got a lot of height and a lot of strength, they've been trying to take advantage of that with this play. But Gills are really poor in defence at this moment here. They're letting the ball bounce around and no one taking control of the situation. And luckily for us, the ball, as it was shot, just went over the bar. No real threat in the end, but if we keep this up, it could become a real threat. Still 0-0. And that is half-time. So at half-time, it's Gillingham 0, Walsall 0, and on the line we have Adam Wesgate.
Thanks for having me back.
So have you fallen asleep that game so far?
I was going to say, this is looking like mid-table madness right now, but at least it's better than Tuesday because we were saying before, if anyone else had played us, we'd have had a 7-0 Shrewsbury style something like that, which I think we were protected a lot that we played a team that hadn't scored in 300 minutes. Criminal they didn't win by more. So, no, it might be boring, but at least defensively, we're holding the ball. Well, they're saying that if Walsall had scored a few goals, it'd be entertaining, grim, but
yeah,
entertaining.
Absolutely, and also, do you see us actually getting a goal in the second half? Because at the moment, for me, Mandron isn't kind of the striker we need up front.
No, for whatever reason, at the start of this season, he's looked very slow. He looks very lumbering, and also the defenders today for Walsall are very big and slow themselves. So I wonder if we bring Baggott on, I think we've got one or two options on that front. You can either have the front three playing fluidly because changing positions, trying to catch the defenders out to the market. Green is being marked no edge. Or the other option, of course, is to have the new guy, Elkan, up front, and then have the other two either side of him. But at the same time, they're quite slow, so maybe the speed can catch them out. But generally, anyway, forgetting the fact that Walsall have slow defenders, Mandron, to me, so far this year, hasn't cut it. I haven't given up on him. 5 games in, that would be ridiculous. But very slow, very lumbering, and just not doing anything for me.
Well, hopefully at full time we're talking about a victory and maybe a clean sheet, but we'll see what happens at the end of the game when we catch up. So I'll speak to you then.
See you then.
So we're about to get underway for the second half, and well, no, we're not actually. We're going to have a little bit of a restart because referee wasn't happy with the Walsall players charging forward on the far side of the pitch, so we're going to restart this one again. And here we go. I just want Gills to have a few more opportunities in front of goal. Let's see how that goes. So there's a ball on the right-hand side, and Gills got a chance here. Elkan's got the ball. He needs to do something with it. Heaven's sakes, create something, Gills. Get a shot on target. It's gone to Reed. He's going to do it first time, second time. He's going to take a shot, and it's going to go over the bar. Again, it's a shot off target when it looked like a really promising momentum in attack, and it's just so frustrating that we can't seem to... We get into these final thirds, and it looks really promising. And look, you've got 3 players coming in on the left-hand side, and then it just dies. And there's a lot of space for Reeves. I would say do it first time. He's delayed it, and then he's trying to bend at the top right-hand corner, and instead it's gone to the back of the Rainham end. And that seems to be our season so far. And it's so frustrating watching this. Still 0-0. So Gills at his corner on this left-hand side. They've taken it short. It's gone to Green. He's looking to take his man on. He's got into the box. He's still got possession. He needs to give it to someone else now. It's gone to Wright, who puts it in the box. And Gills head it. Baggott's kind of headed it away himself. Keefe's put it back in. It's gone to Mandron. Mandron with his left foot needs to create something. He's passed it through to Aimer, who nearly puts it in the back of the net. Right, finally I can say what an absolute great save from the goalkeeper. I don't think I've said that much this season at all, or even last season, about Gills going, what a fantastic movement, what a ball by Mandron. Fantastic piece of work, and just fell to Aimer, who managed to get a decent shot away in fairness. Keeper saw it late, but made a really good save at the end, and that's much better from Gillingham, much better. So we've also got to throw on this right-hand side. Obviously, it's going to go in long. Gills need to do something with this. They've jumped up Baggott to get rid of it, but it's fallen back to Walsall feet. It's been recycled back to the throw-in taker, actually, as it goes back into the box again, gladly gathered by Glenn Morris. Great ball by Morris from his feet, and Gills have got a bit of momentum. It actually can be a great attack from this. Don't lose it. Get it across the box. He's shooting from distance. It's fumbled by the goalkeeper, Elkan. I mean, come on. If that goes into the top right-hand corner, then we're absolutely welded for goal. But I do think you had a few options to select on the right-hand side. I think you got a little bit gritty. You had O'Keefe coming down, and Alexander. Maybe that was the wrong decision, but it's a shot on target. Okay, it's a little bit more exciting from the Gills for a change. Gills got a corner on this right-hand side. It's pretty busy in the box at the moment, so Gills did a good delivery, and it goes there. It's bounced across the face, a goal! And Gills just couldn't quite convert that one. I think it came off a Walsall player, in fact, and it goes out for another corner. I think we'll see that one again. Gills on the front foot now. They're creating a lot more opportunities, and I think it could have easily been a lone goal, that one. Boy, close. But Gills do have another corner on the left-hand side. But we'll end it there just in case this corner comes to nothing. Gills could have a chance here. Stuart O'Keefe's coming forward. He's made a really good tackle. This has to be a goal, surely. I just don't believe it. I just don't believe it. You've got pretty much a one-on-one. I know you're trying to put your foot through it, Stuart O'Keefe. You did a great job to win the ball back, but you get that on target. Come on. They're so frustrating to see something like this. You've got Mandron in support as well. You've dragged the player out. You've got all that time to pick your spot, and you just blast it over the bar. It's so disappointing when that happens, when you've got such a good opportunity. Still 0-0, unsurprisingly. So Walsall have got an opportunity here. Gills to defend their line. They need to pick up possession somewhere. Great work by Reeves. There's a ball over the top here that Walker can press on. He's got a chance here. He's being held. Surely that's it. It's hit the post. Surely the follow-up is there. I mean, if Walker goes down, that's a penalty and a red card, and he's just nearly put it in the back of the net himself. He was an honest player there, and Gillingham nearly snatched something right at the end. My goodness me, is his first contribution in the half so far, and he was just really unlucky that he just fell at the wrong side of the post. And there's a couple of injured players down there for Walsall as well, as he watches opportunity again. It's a good ball through, showing the paces there, and he's got two Walsall players charging him down, and it's a battle. There's a pulling back there, and arguably if he goes down a bit earlier and not get the shot, it could be a penalty. The way the referee's been this game, unlikely, but he was unlucky only to hit the post. Gills again knocking on the door. Still 0-0. Oh, Gills going to clear their lines here. It's a great save by Morris, and what's so interesting here is we still see the attackers. Walsall still could get the back of the net. It's an absolutely wonderful save by Morris, keeping Gills in the game here. Are they going to get there? And it goes over the bar. I just want to say one thing. Right as the man of the match was being announced for Elkan Baggott, he was the one that let them through. And this is why I've always said my whole life, save the man of the match name right until the final whistle. I think it was Baggott who did it. It might have been right, actually, but whatever. My point still stands. However, what a save that is by Morris, keeping Gills in the game. And I have to say, Walsall really haven't threatened so much this half, but absolutely could have snatched it at the end. And Morris has an absolute worldie of a save to keep Gills at least with a point in this game. And that is full time. Let's go to Adam Wesgate for his thoughts on this game.
Thanks, Reese. I've just got out of the stadium literally now, and second half was a massive improvement on the first half. I mean, at least in the first half, it was drab, it wasn't great, but at least the defence kept its shape. At least we looked like At worst, we'd probably get a draw. And I think we were a little bit unlucky, although Walsall had a really good chance, which they should have buried, to be honest. And there was another header as well, I believe, because we saw Michael Flynn go nuts that they missed it. So probably a draw was a fair reflection on the match overall, though we should have taken our chances. But I think that compared to Harrogate, this is pretty much a win. So if we can build on this, try and stay with 5 at the back, we're looking for another centre half. Yeah, I think it's going to actually be an okay season. It won't be a great season. I still predict mid-table. I think this is a transition year, but it's not going to be as bad as possibly some people might feel on Tuesday. But that's my prediction. I'm going to stay positive.
So it ended Gillingham 0, Walsall 0, and we haven't scored in all of our games this week, essentially, since last Saturday. That's 3 games, and we haven't put it at the back of the net. Granted, this is the game where actually we looked like the most put in the back of the net, and but it still remains we're creating attacking movement. If there's anything positive from this game, firstly, we did keep a clean sheet, although I have to say Morris kept us in that right at the end. But also, going forward, not only are we now starting to create the opportunities, because he had good passing in the final third, but no end product. Yes, we had no end product today, but what we did have was a much more attacking threat on goal and a couple of chances that we could have put it in the back of the net. Like, we were on the edge of our seats going forward. In the last 2 games, I would say we haven't actually had that. So that's a positive thing. So maybe there's a bit more cohesion in the team going forward. So there's a few positives from this game, but I'm still extremely frustrated that we haven't put it in the back of the net yet in this week. It's really poor, in my opinion, sort of holistically, if you look at it. And also, we're moving on to Carlisle away next week. I won't be doing a video for the Exeter City game, but we're at Carlisle away next week. Hopefully, on the long trip up there, we can find some goals because we definitely need them. But thank you very much if you've made it this far in the video. And any Walsall fans that have made it this far in the video, thank you for watching. I wish you guys the best of luck for the rest of the season. But if you haven't done so already, you can check our League 1 and 2 Discord server, where you can join a growing League 1 and 2 Discord community. If you'd like to see something else that I do a podcast called Gaps in Knowledge. And if you would like to support the channel, you can do so through Buy Me a Coffee. The link to that on all of the things I've said are in the description. And finally, we have our socials, Deutsche Gills on Twitter and on Instagram, German Gills. Thank you very much for watching. It's highly appreciated, and I will see you in the next video. Los geht's, Gills!